Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to the Red Zone. We're here on a Tuesday night. It is the opening night of the 7th grade basketball tournament, played here in the big main gym. I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, along with Ben Vandenbos running the camera. Glad to have you with us. As we are on the late session game here, 2 games tonight, and then 2 games on Thursday, the championship and the consolation. In the opening game, it was Edgerton defeating Antwerp 39-34, and here in the late game, the nightcap, it's the Wayne Trace Raiders being hosted by the Hicksville Aces. Getting ready to jump center circle. We'll call names and numbers for Wayne Trace out there. Number 1 is Derek Dangler. Number 21 is Tyler Davis. Number 25, jumping center circle, Kyle Slade. Number 32 is Eli Rickard. Wayne Trace controls the ball. It winds up in the hands of Race Price, number 11. For the Aces, got number 22 out on the floor, J.R. Mendoza. Number 23, number 21 is Nolan Methvin. Who's number 23, Ben? Brody Balser. Brody Balser.
Never had him on the roster.
Balzer with the ball is going to take it coast to coast, lay it up and lay it in. Brody Balzer puts the first 2 points on the board for the Aces. Also out there tonight, like I said, number 13 is Aaron Klima. Ball right now in the hands of Tyler Davis. Long 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Methvin. Methvin to Mendoza. Mendoza goes to lay it up and travels. Mendoza will turn it over. Also on the floor is number 42, Alex Gordon, for the Aces. Raiders with the ball down by 2. Race Price puts up the 3 ball, no good. Rebound picked off by Mendoza, gets it over to Balzer. Brody again going coast to coast. He's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on Rickard, number 32. Getting ready to check in Evan Crosby, number 2 for the Raiders. But first, Brody Balzer at the line, shooting 2.
Also getting ready to check in for the Aces is number 30, Dustin West.
That's correct. He'll come in for Mr. Mendoza. Balzer's second free throw is good. He's got 3 points tonight. Back the other way with the Wayne Trace Raiders. Race Price. Price looking things over. And West almost gets the steal, knocks it out of bounds. They'll have to reset their offense. Davis will get ready to inbounds the ball for the Raiders. Also out there on the floor now for Wayne Trace, number 1, Derek Dangler. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Gordon. Gordon flips it over to Balzer for the Aces. Brody takes it across half court, down into the corner to Klima. Klima drives into the paint, kicks it back out. Shot up by Balzer's no good. Klima with the board. He puts it up off the back of the iron. No good. Still loose on the floor. Comes up in the hands of the Wayne Trace Raiders. Crosby into the paint. Looking for some help. Bounce pass to Davis. Davis down onto the baseline to Slade. Slade back out to Crosby. And Crosby gets it to Price. Everybody will catch their breath and we'll start it up again. Price drives in. Kicks it out to Davis. Davis gets it taken away by Balzer. Balzer puts it up off glass and good. Timeout for the Wayne Trace Raiders as it's Brody Balzer 5 and Wayne Trace 0 here early on. Halfway through the opening quarter. No fouls committed by Hicksville so far early in the game. So we're about halfway through our first quarter. One team foul committed so far by Wayne Trace. It's going to have a quick 30-second timeout as the Raiders work to get themselves refocused and try to get their offense going here. They're going to have the ball. Aces will break huddle 2. And the Aces, with Gordon on the floor, have a distinct height advantage right underneath the bucket. Here come the Raiders. Price takes it across half court. They'll shoot it down to Davis. Davis over to Dangler. Dangler hits the long 2. Makes it 5-2. West with the ball. To Gordon, now down to West, to Balzer, and now to Klima. Klima will kick it back out to Methvin, to Balzer, down to Methvin again, back to Klima. They'll kick it back to West, and they'll reset again. Klima, alley-oop pass, sends it down to Gordon. Gordon out to Methvin, who puts it up off glass and good. 4-3. Methvin makes it an 8-2 game. Bounce pass, Dangler off the iron, no good. Methvin grabs the board over to Balzer. Balzers were closing in on 90 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Methvin lining up for another 3 off the glass. No good. Ball's loose on the floor. Crosby grabs it for Wayne Trace. He'll rocket it down into the hands of Price. And we'll have a whistle and a foul as Price drives to the hoop. That's going to be on Brody Balzer. Team foul number 1 on the Aces. Mendoza getting ready to check back in for Hicksville. Price at the line, gets the first one. That's his first point of the night. Makes it an 8-3 game. Also into the game now, Ezra Sin. And back out, I think, is Rickard checking back in.
We're back with the Sins.
There's only one Sin on. Ball's loose, and it comes up into the hands of Gordon. Gordon over to Balzer. Ben is we did the girls game, the varsity girls game between Wayne Trace and the Lady Aces. And on the varsity team for Wayne Trace, of the 11 girls on the team, 8 of them have a last name of Sin. Shot up, no good, grabbed by Methvin. So there's only one last name of Sin on the 7th grade squad. They'll wave that one off with a travel. So yes, it was an interesting game to call where you had to use the first names as well as the last name to keep it straight.
You did.
Yeah. Under a minute to go here. Quarter number 1. West getting ready to make that Crowell getting ready to check in for the Aces. Price brings up the ball and tosses it over to Sin. Sin on the wing, drives baseline. Nothing doing. He's in some trouble now. Sin looking for some help. Ball's loose on the floor. Sin's trying to maintain control, and we're going to have a foul. And that one's going to be on Gordon, his first, and team foul number 2. Mendoza will come out, and Bradley Crowell in for the Aces. Raiders get the ball inbounds with 25 seconds. Shot up, no good. Methvin grabs the board. Methvin around the back, up, and bounces along the iron, no good. 13 seconds as the Raiders come the other way. Down into the corner. That's Slade looking for some help. Gets it over to Crosby, and Crosby travels. So with 5.1 seconds, the Aces get the ball back. Back into the game, Derek Dangler and Tyler Davis for Wayne Trace, as Crosby and Slade will have a seat. Aces get the ball inbounds. Here comes Klima with 3-2. And they've got to... Nobody watched the clock, and they were making passes as the time expires. So we've played the first 6, and after quarter number 1, it's the Aces leading the Raiders 8-3 here in this 7th grade tournament. And while we've got a break in the action, the cheerleaders take the floor. It looks like they're going to be doing some pyramids over on the Aces side. We want to say a big thank you to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, our basketball broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television. Once again, for the 2017-18 basketball season, Jim Schmidt stepping in and lending us their underwriting support and making it possible for us to bring you both boys and girls basketball action for the Hicksville Aces from the junior high all the way up to the varsity level. Want to thank them so very much and hope that you will do the same. Remember, anytime you see Aces basketball action on Hicksville Community Television, they're the ones that help make it possible. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. All right, 6 minutes on the clock. Quarter number 2. Aces with the ball to get things started. Methvin gets the inbounds from Klima, tosses it right back to Aaron. Back to Methvin, and back to Klima. Klima baseline, puts it up, no good. Gordon with the putback, and count it. Alex Gordon gets the bucket in his first 2 points of the night, and the Aces go up by 7 now, 10-3. Price. Little shake and bake move into the paint, puts it up off the glass, and good. 3 points now for Race Price. Balzer with the ball now for the Aces. Off of Methvin's hands, but it's saved down in the corner by West. Volleyballed around. Methvin had it briefly. Now it's loose on the floor and finally scooped up by Rickard. He tosses it over to Dangler. Dangler goes to the hoop, puts it up, no good. He'll draw the foul. And that might be number 2 on Balzer. It is.
Should have been charged in my books.
Dangler will go to the line. And he will shoot 2. Misses the first one. Score stays 10-5. Crowell comes out. West in for the Aces. And back on the floor for the Raiders, Kyle Slade. As Sin will come out. Dangler has one more shot coming. He misses. Gets his own board. Dangler takes it back out to the perimeter. Tosses it around. Price with it now, top of the key. Price looking things over. Gets the ball over to Davis. Davis feeds it down low, up, and no good. Shot from Rickard. It comes back to Dangler. Dangler, another runner, count it, and he'll go to the line. Dangler hits the circus shot. That's team foul number 4 on the Aces now. And Derek Dangler at the line looking to complete the 3-point play and make it a 2-point game. Mendoza and Crowell back into the game for Gordon and Balzer. Dangler, no good. Klima grabs the board. Aaron across half court, tosses it down low to, winds up in the hands of Methvin. It's going to be knocked back into the backcourt. Klima gets the ball back, kicks it back across half court. Klima down to Methvin, off his hands and out of bounds, back to the Wayne Trace Raiders. So just a little sloppy on some of the pass execution. But the Aces still up by 3. Coach Altman calls the TO for Hicksville. 4:25 left in the half. And again, Hicksville hanging on to a 3-point lead over the Raiders. The winner will advance to the championship game on Thursday night to face Edgerton. And whoever comes up on the short end will play in the early game on Thursday against the Antwerp Archers in the consolation matchup. .425 left here in the half. Say another thank you again to Junior High Athletic Director Lucas Smith. Doing a great job, getting us all set up, taking care of us. Always a pleasure.
Mainly me.
Huh?
I said mainly me.
Yeah, mainly you. You're a high maintenance person, Ben. Price with the ball for the Raiders. Drives into the paint, kicks it back out. Shot up from Davis, over the hoop, no good. Put back, that one's going to get knocked out of bounds and will go to the Aces. Slade was in there trying to get control of the ball to get another shot on goal, but off his fingertips and out of bounds. Mendoza gets it into Klima. Will come back the other way with the Aces. Up by 3. Methvin. Oh, pass off the hands of Crowell. Out of bounds and back to the Raiders. As Keysbury's getting ready to check in. He'll come in and Crowell will come out. Price with the ball now for the Raiders. Price drives in, puts it up, no good. Methvin grabs the board. Methvin back to Klima. Raiders will drop back on defense now. They'll meet Klima up around half court with a double team, and he's going to get fouled. That's going to be on Dangler, his first, and team foul number 2. He'll come out right away, and in for him will be Ezra Sin.
He's very short.
Yep, he's a little guy, but he's feisty.
Yeah.
Klima, like I said, that's Ezra Sin in there battling for that basketball. Mendoza for 3, off the iron, no good. Underneath, that's up and good for Justin West. 12-7 now, Aces. Price
Pretty much threw up a prayer and
got it to drop home. That's all that matters. Runner is up, no good for the Raiders. They're volleyballing it around. Price comes up with it. Facing off Mendoza, and Keysbury goes in and commits the foul. So Maverick will draw his first.
teams.
And that'll be team foul number 5, I think.
I don't know.
What's on the scoreboard? 5. There we go.
Just 5. But
So team foul number 5. Loose on the floor. Still loose on the floor. Scooped up by Wayne Trace, out of bounds, and that'll go to the Aces. Rickard was doing everything he could to get control of that basketball and winds up diving, and he finally got control. Unfortunately, he was laying on the lettering on the baseline, which turned the ball over to the Aces. Klima being guarded by a feisty little Sin. Methvin puts up the shot. It's no good, but Nolan's going to go to the line, and he'll shoot 2. And I think that they tagged Rickard for the foul. That's team foul number 3 on Wayne Trace. As Crosby getting ready to check back in. Methvin misses the front end. He'll have one more. Yep, it must have been Rickard that committed the foul because he comes out. So Nolan with one more. He's got to shoot 2. Gets the second one. 4 points now for Methvin. Sin comes back the other way. Across the middle, nice pass, and that'll be a foul on Kyle Slade. Slade will go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be on Klima. And Kyle Slade at the line shooting 2. Misses the first one. Score remains 13-7. Yep, Dangler back in the game. Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Second one is good for Rickard. Excuse me, for Slade. Klima getting a little help from Keysbury. Gets it across the timeline. Methvin down to Keysbury. Keysbury back to Methvin. Methvin out on the wing. Klima for three. Off the back of the iron, no good. Mendoza grabs the board. Gets it to Keysbury. And that's stolen by Price. Price has got it all alone to the hoop. Up and no good. He misses the layup. Mendoza grabs the board, flips it over to Justin West. West gets it to Klima. Klima gets it across the timeline. And he's going to be fouled by Ezra Sin. Boy, Sin was going for the Oscar there with the dive and slide across the floor, but the officials didn't buy it, so that's team foul number 4.
Ace has got the height, but
Methvin, I think is, well, we'll see here.
he went like
That's on the floor, so a foul away from the ball, and that'll be another one on Sin. So no shots, but the Aces will get the ball out of bounds, and that was number 5. Now team foul number 5. On the Wayne Trace, Mendoza tries to kick it out to Keysbury, but it's intercepted by Dangler. Dangler ball loose, though. And here comes Klima. Klima kicks it over to Methvin, who puts it up, misses it, gets his own rebound. Second shot for Nolan is good. Nolan Methvin makes it a 15-8 game, under 90 seconds to go in the half. Dangler on the wing for the Raiders. Bounce pass down low, up off glass, and good for Kyle Slade.
5-point lead.
Klima. Ball over to Tyler Davis. To Dangler. Dangler from the free throw line. No good. Ball out of bounds. And to the Aces with 52.7 seconds left. Hicksville with a 5-point lead. Mendoza gets it into Klima. Right back to Mendoza. He'll take it across half court. Mendoza holds up. Down to Methvin. Over to Mendoza. Up off glass and good. J.R. Mendoza with his first bucket of the night. Makes it 17-10. Price brings it across the timeline. 35 seconds left in the half. Price looking for some help. Guarded by West. Kicks it over. Out on top to Dangler. Dangler ball knocked loose, and West makes the steal. West going coast to coast, lays it up, and good. Justin West with the takeaway and the layup makes it a 9-point game. Price will bring it back up for the Raiders with 10 seconds left in the half. Price behind the back dribble, takes it in, kicks it back out. Shot from the wing, up and no good. And Mendoza gets control as the horn sounds, and that's the end of the first half.
Crazy.
So the Aces have a nice run at the end of the second quarter to take a 9-point lead into the halftime locker room. We've reached the intermission here in the 7th grade tournament game, and it's the Aces leading the Raiders 19-10 at halftime. Ben and I are going to take a break, but we invite you to stay tuned. We'll be back, and we'll have all the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV. Welcome back, and if you are just joining us at halftime of the 7th grade tournament game, the opening night, it's the Aces leading the Raiders 19-10. Unofficial first half scoring for Wayne Trace. Derek Dangler with a couple of buckets for 4 points. Ray Price with a field goal in a bucket, or free throw in a bucket for 3. And Kyle Slade, free throw and a bucket for 3. That's their 10 points. For the Aces, they were led in scoring by Nolan Methvin. He's hit for the cycle, a 3-pointer, a 2-pointer, and a free throw for 6. 5 points from Brady Balzer with a couple of buckets and a free throw. 4 points then for Justin West off a couple of buckets, and 2 points each for J.R. Mendoza and Alex Gordon. So 19-10 at halftime. Winner advances to Thursday's championship game where they will face Edgerton. The loser will go to the consolation bracket where they will face Antwerp. 6 minutes on the clock. Raiders will have the ball to start the third quarter. Ben Vanden Bos running the camera. I'm Bill Murphy calling the action. Glad to have you with us here on HIX-TV. 7th grade tournament off the hands of Derek Dangler, out of bounds. And back to the Aces right away.
I'm really tired now. I said I'm really tired now.
People that are watching don't want to hear your problems, man. Balzer down to Mendoza, to Methvin in the corner. Methvin going to see about powering his way in. He'll kick it back out to Klima at the top of the key. Klima down low to Balzer, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Slade. Slade will take it across the timeline himself and then get it over to Price. Price down low to Slade, up off the iron, no good. Balzer grabs the board. Brody picked up a couple of quick fouls, and Klima gets fouled. Brody picked up a couple of quick fouls in the first half, so he sat down for a while. Klima is the recipient of the first team foul committed by the Raiders. Gordon and Mendoza will come out.
Number 21. Got the foul.
Okay. That was Davis. Shot up by West, no good. Klima grabs the rebound. He puts it up. It bounces, no good. Comes down in the hands of Davis for the Raiders. He hits it over to Price. Price down into the corner to Dangler. Back out onto the top of the key for Davis. Davis lays it up and in. Tyler Davis, with his first bucket of the night, makes it 19-12 and cuts the lead to 7 for the Aces. Rejected. Dangler grabs the ball. Here he goes. Lays it up and in. Derek Dangler ups his point tally to half a dozen. 19-14 now. Balzer to Klima. Back to Balzer. Down in the corner, Methvin. Methvin's three-pointers, nothing but nothing. Comes down into the hands of Davis. Davis tosses it to Price. Price on the baseline. Runs into a double team, kicks it back out. Shot up. That one's no good. Klima grabs the board. Gets it over to Balzer. Balzer cross half court. Brody back to Aaron. Down in the corner to Methvin. Methvin sets up for another three, and that one's no good either. Price grabs the rebound and loses it. Gets the ball right back. A three on the other end. That one's an air ball. Saved on the baseline by Rickard. And that one's going to go out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Raiders, I think. And so a lot of people standing around as there's the referees consulting and substitutions being made. Crosby and Sin into the game now for Wayne Trace. Crosby's going to handle the inbounds. And he'll toss it in to Sin. Sin to Price. Aces lead cut now to 5. Price faced off by West. Gets it over to Sin. Sin drives into the paint. And that ball off the hands of Slade and into the hands of Aaron Klima. Klima. Methvin for three again off the glass and no good. Put back by West. No good. Ball. And that's going to be a jump ball. Okay. And that'll go to the Aces. I wasn't sure whether it'd be a jump ball or somebody was going to get called for going over the back. Klima gets it into Methvin. He'll set for three again, and again it's a little bit off. Out of bounds and back to the Raiders. Nolan Methvin's pulled the trigger from about 4 times now from three-point land. He's bounced it off the rim and hasn't been able to quite get the range down. Aces still up 19-14, and the Raiders lose the ball again. Gordon scoops it up, tosses it over to Brady Balzer. Bounce pass down to Methvin in the corner, back to Brody. Inside the paint to Klima. Aaron puts up the shot, and it's good. Believe it or not, that's Aaron's first points of the night. He's been all over the floor, but it's the first time he's been able to hit the bucket. 21-14, it's a 7-point lead again for the Aces. Long shot off the glass, no good. Loose ball scooped up by West. West takes it up, lays it up, draws the foul. Price couldn't get the shot, and West got the board, took it in strong, and draws the foul, and that's going to be West going to the line, and I think Rickard picked up another foul. 32, yep, that's Rickard. Justin West, shooting two, misses the first one. Back into the game for Wayne Trace, Tyler Davis and Derek Dangler. It's Klima, Balzer, West, Gordon, and Methvin on the floor for the Aces. West's second shot, no good. Slade grabs the rebound and tosses it over to Davis. Davis kicks it out to Price. Back to Dangler. Dangler behind the back dribble into the paint, goes strong to the hoop, draws the foul. And that's going to be on Klima. And that's team foul number 1 for the second half on the Aces. Derek Dangler at the line, hits the first one. 7 points now for Derek as he closes the gap and makes it 21-14. Or 21-15, now there we go. A little slow on the scoreboard. Misses the second one, but it's grabbed by Rickard. Rickard gets it off, and that's good for Tyler Davis. 4 points now for Tyler, all in the second half. Balzer with the basketball, and that's going to be a elbow thrown, and that'll be team foul number 3 on the Raiders. And that's going to be on Davis. Balzer gets the inbounds pass. Brody to Methvin. Methvin down to Gordon. Gordon up off glass and good. Dangler for the Raiders. Down into the corner. Pull up. No good, blocked. Dangler takes a shot. Off the glass. No good. West with the rebound. He'll get it to Klima with 1:44. Deflected and out of bounds. Should stay with the Aces. Price got his hands on it and knocked it out of bounds. And now they'll bring out Rickard and send in Evan Crosby. Klima gets the ball into Gordon. Right back to Klima. Aaron drives baseline, tries to feed it to West. He does. Bounce pass. Aaron West shot no good. It comes down and Davis grabs it. Davis launches it down to Slade. Slade. And the ball is stripped away from Crosby. West comes up with it. Gets it over to Aaron Klima to Balzer with 1:15. Balzer down to Methvin. Methvin puts it on the floor, puts it up, and puts it in. Nolan Methvin, his first bucket of the second half. He's got 8 points now. Aces lead 25-17. Price takes it across half court, and an immediate timeout called by the Wayne Trace bench. 59.2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Raiders came out strong and cut into the Aces lead, but then Hicksville woke up and is pulled back out now to an 8-point advantage. 25-17. 3 fouls committed so far by the Raiders. And the Aces playing pretty clean here in the third quarter. Only committed 1 team foul so far. 59.2 seconds left in the quarter when we come out of the full timeout here.
I thought it was a halftime.
I thought he was taking a full 1 minute, but either that or it was a long 30 seconds. Either way, a break huddle. It'll be the Raiders ball, half court. And they're on the wrong side of the court, so everybody will run back over to the other side of the court. Bounce pass into Slade. Slade gets the ball back to Price. 52 seconds. Price drives in, kicks it back over to Slade, puts it up, and gets the foul. Kyle Slade going back to the line. He's hit one free throw so far tonight. 47.6 seconds. Team foul number 2 on the Aces. It's the first one. 4 points now for Kyle. Crosby out and Sin in for the Raiders. Slade will have his second free throw. Misses, and we're going to have a wave off. And they're going to wave it off. He had a foot over the line, he said. So no shot, white ball. So the Aces get the ball back, 47 seconds. Brody Balzer across half court with 42. Balzer down to West. West stolen away on the pass, trying to get it into Methvin. Slade puts it up, no good. Methvin grabs the board, but Slade takes it away from him. It's knocked loose again. Comes up into the hands of Price. Price tries to feed it down low, and I think that they're going to get Methvin for the score. Methvin's lost half of the number on his front, 21. The bottom half of the two's hanging there loose. So on the floor, no shots, but Methvin picks up another personal foul. Gordon grabs the board after the missed shot, gets it over to Balzer. Balzer across the timeline with 13 seconds. Gordon down low to Balzer, back to Gordon, up off glass, no good. Methvin with the put back. On the floor before the shot. Team foul number 4, I believe now, on the Raiders. That'll be on Sin. 25-18. 3.4 seconds left in the half. Price will come out. Crosby back in for him. Mendoza gets the inbounds. Quick shot, no good from Balzer, and that's the end of the third quarter with the Aces on top by 7. 25-18. We still have 6 minutes of basketball to go, and this could be a good one. We'll see how things go when we get into the fourth and final quarter of regulation, at least here tonight. And as we get ready to do just that, we'll say a big thank you one more time to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships here in Hicksville, Ohio. Remember, if you're in the market for a new vehicle, whether you want one that is brand new or pre-owned, whether it's a car, truck, van, SUV, you owe it to yourself to take the trip out to Hicksville and stop by the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships here in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford. And, of course, they have the big Jim Schmidt truck lot as well. Check out the great inventory anytime online at jimschmidtauto.com for all the dealerships. If you don't find what it is you're looking for, let them know. They always do their level best to find you exactly the vehicle that you're interested in. At the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Raiders with the ball to start the fourth quarter. The inbounds it to Price, and here we go. 6 minutes left to determine who's going to play in the championship game on Thursday. Dangler to the bucket, up off glass, no good. Slade grabs the board, he puts it up, no good. Ball loose, Slade with a second try, and this time it goes down for him. Kyle Slade makes it a 5-point game. Balzer with the basketball. Gets it to Gordon, knocked back to Balzer, back to Gordon. Gordon turns around, feeds it down low to Klima. Klima puts it up, no good. Gordon with the putback, no good, and it comes down into the hands of Rickard. Rickard gets it to Price. Price down to Slade. Back to Price coming across the middle, and he's going to be fouled. Gordon having a hard time believing it. He said, all he was doing was standing there holding my arms up. But
He was.
it's going to put Price at the line with a chance to draw the Raiders to within maybe 3 if he can hit them both. Gets the first one. 4 points now for Race Price. And timeout called by Aces coach Mike Altman, and that'll be a full timeout. With 5:11 to go. Raiders have closed the gap. They're now down by 4, and they'll be at the free throw line, and Race Price will be able to maybe make it a 3-point differential, a single possession game. Coach Altman taking the full timeout to sketch out some strategy with his guys there on the bench. As it stands right now, both teams have committed 4 team fouls. So both teams have a couple of fouls to give before they put their opponent into the bonus.
And I'm pretty sure the Oceans only have 2 timeouts left.
I think that they both have. I'm not sure if that's their third one or not.
I know.
I'm not sure whether they both take. I know they both teams have taken at least 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
I don't keep track of that, so usually it's on the scoreboard, but we're not going to worry about it. Second free throw for Race Price is good. Price makes it a 1-possession game. It's 25-22. So here come the Aces now only leading by 3. It had been as much as 9. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Hicksville. Rickard getting in there and knocking the ball out of bounds. Klima looking to get the ball inbounds. He gets it down to Methvin, and Methvin travels. They turn it over, and with 5 minutes left, here come the Raiders with a chance to maybe tie this game up if they can bank in one from three-point land. Race Price. Of course, there's enough time. They don't really need to worry about hitting the 3. Down low, up and no good. Rebound comes down to Methvin. Methvin to Klima. Klima gets it to Balzer. Balzer down low to Gordon with a bunny shot, up and good. Alex Gordon cleans it up and makes it 27-22. Price between the legs dribble, drives in, puts it up, and gets it to go down.
Put up a prayer. I hope it went in.
Balzer to Klima across the timeline. Klima, and he tosses it right to Slade. Slade, little pump move, puts it up, and Kyle Slade gets it to go home. And just like that, it's a 1-point game with under 4 minutes left in regulation. Balzer to Klima. Klima battles his way out of a double team, kicks it down to Gordon in the corner. He hands it back to Aaron. Klima drives baseline, bounce pass to West, back to Klima. Klima driving in, and he's going to get blocked out of bounds, and that'll be another foul on the Raiders. That's going to be on Slade, and that'll be team foul number 5 on Wayne Trace. Davis will come out. Klima gets it into Balzer. Balzer for 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound grabbed by Rickard. Gets it over to Price. Down into the corner to Sin. Tries to hit Price coming across the middle. Balzer comes up with it though. Brody up and good. Brody Balzer, his first bucket of the second half. Price now guarded by West. Ball on the floor, comes loose. Gordon gets it. Back to Balzer. Balzer quickly the other way. Down to Klima, turnaround, up and good. 4 points now for Aaron Klima, and it's back to a 5-point lead, 31-26. So we're past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. And timeout on the floor, Raiders, again, as soon as they cross midcourt. So it's been back and forth as the Raiders close the gap to within 1 point, and the Aces go on a little bit of a run, build that lead back up to 5. Raiders will have the ball at midcourt when we come out of the timeout. And like I said, we're just past the halfway point of our fourth quarter with 2 minutes, 53 seconds left in regulation. Been a fun night of junior high basketball here at the Red Zone tonight. Again, I want to say a big thank you to Hicksville Junior High AD Lucas Smith, who got a hold of me and asked me if we could come and cover the 7th grade tournament. We're more than happy to do it. Appreciate the offer. It's been a fun night of basketball here tonight.
And then hopefully one on Thursday.
Davis inbounds the ball to Price, and we're underway. Price goes to the hoop, puts up a wild shot, but it goes down for him. And it's 31-28. The lead back down to 3. Klima with the ball now for the Aces. Down to Gordon. Gordon drops it. Scooped up by Davis. Davis over to Dangler. Dangler at the free throw line, and Dangler's going to travel and turn it over to the Hicksville Aces. 2:25. Hicksville gets the ball back. Klima.
There's been a lot of non-foul stops today.
Klima to Balzer. Balzer puts it up, a little short, but Gordon right there. Gordon goes for the hoop, doesn't get it, but he'll draw the foul and go to the line to shoot 2. Alex Gordon will be at the line, team foul number 6 on the Raiders. So after this, the Aces in the bonus will shoot 1 and 1. Whenever they're fouled, that is.
Yeah.
Alex Gordon gets it. 7 points now for Gordon.
6-point lead.
He'll have one more. Gets that one too. Alex Gordon makes it 33-28.
5-point lead. Sorry.
Price into the paint. Price moves towards the hoop off the side of the backboard. No good. Balzer is going to be fouled, I think, on the rebound. And that's going to be on Davis. And that's going to send Brody Balzer to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Team foul number 7. So Balzer get a chance to add to the Aces lead with the clock stopped. 1:55 left in regulation. He gets the front end. He'll have the bonus shot now. Gets them both.
It's a 6-point lead.
35-28. It's 7-point lead now for the Aces.
I can't do math.
That's all right. I hired you for your good looks.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Dangler goes up for the shot. No good. And on the floor, that's going to be another one on Alex Gordon. That'll be team foul number 5 for the Aces.
That's his 4th.
And Gordon in some foul trouble here with 1:41 left in regulation. Inbounds to Price. Shot up, no good. Ball loose. And we're going to have a push. And I think they're going to get that one to West. Give that one to Justin West. Yep. So West will draw the foul. That'll be number 6 on the Aces. Again, a common foul, but after this, the Raiders will shoot free throws. Gordon will come out of the game, and J.R. Mendoza in for him. Shot up and no good. Balzer grabs the rebound, goes one way, turns around, and heads in the other direction. Gets it to Klima. Klima's going to drive the baseline, kick it back out to Balzer, up off glass and good. 37-28 now. Price with a bit of a high dribble, but they don't whistle him. Rickard loses the ball. Dangler scoops it up. Dangler puts up a prayer and gets the friendly bounce. And we're going to have a full timeout called again by the Wayne Trace Raiders. 1 minute, 6 seconds left. And they're down by 7. Again, if the Raiders foul the Aces will shoot free throws. And it's the other way around, too. They've got 6 already, so the next foul the Aces commit against Wayne Trace will send the Raiders to the line. Aces are going to try to avoid that if possible. They don't want to give them too many opportunities to close the gap with the clock stopped.
There's a change on the Aces bench. It's going to be, they took out J.R. Mendoza and put in Alex Gordon.
Gordon going to come back in with 4 fouls with the minute 6. I said they might as well. If he fouls out, he fouls out. But we're down to, like I said, just a little over a minute and a chance to go to the 7th grade championship game on the line. So these Raiders have been a feisty team here tonight, and we've seen them close a 7-point gap more than once here. Teams will break huddle. It'll be the Aces ball on the baseline. The minute 6 left in the game. Klima gets it into Balzer, and Balzer is going to get the ball knocked out of bounds.
Nope, he's going to get fouled.
And that's going to be Sin. Sin will commit the foul with a minute 4, and will walk down to the other end where Brody Balzer will shoot 1-1 again. Sin comes out, back in Eli Rickard. Gordon comes out, and back in for him,
We've got a cherry
Mendoza.
picker.
So Brody Balzer misses the front end. Rickard grabs the rebound, gets it to Dangler. Dangler quickly up the floor. Dangler goes to the hoop. Lays it up, no good. West grabs the rebound. West gets it stripped. Shot is up and good by Davis. Mendoza gets the inbound, gets it back to Klima with 43. Klima, spin move, gets it across the timeline. Klima kicks it down to Methvin, and we're going to have another travel on Methvin. Nolan Methvin keeps wanting to spin towards the hoop and take that step without dribbling. He's gotten hit by that a couple times here tonight.
I think 3 times.
So 33.3 seconds. Price with the ball for the Raiders from three-point land. No good. He gets his own rebound. Another three-point attempt, and he traveled. Davis did the little bunny hop before taking the shot and turns it over to the Aces with 23.8 seconds. 5-point advantage. Klima launches it into Methvin. Methvin puts it up and gets the shot. 10 points now for Methvin. 15 seconds. Price behind the back dribble. Kicks it over to Dangler. Dangler for 3. Misses. Balzer grabs the board. It's stripped away from him. With 1.8 seconds, out of bounds to the Aces. Looking good to be playing in the championship game on Thursday night. Long inbounds. Stolen away. They'll launch it from half court. Doesn't matter. That's the ball game. So the Aces are winners here in the second of the opening night games as they defeat Wayne Trace 39-32. We'll tally up some scores here for you and get you unofficial scoring momentarily. All right, I think we've got it. So, Wayne Trace Raiders unofficial scoring tonight here on the short end of the scoreboard. Their leading scorers were Derek Dangler and Race Price, both of them finishing up with 9 points apiece tonight. 8 points for Kyle Slade and then 6 for Tyler Davis this evening. Over on the Aces side of the coin, 2 aces in double figures tonight. Brody Balzer, led all scorers with 11 points this evening, followed by Nolan Methvin, who finished up the night with 10. 8 points tonight for Alex Gordon, and then 4 points each for Aaron Klima and Justin West. 2 points for J.R. Mendoza, 39-32 the final score. So that'll set up the Thursday night contest. We'll be back here at the Red Zone for the final night of the 7th grade tournament in the consolation game. It'll be Wayne Trace battling Antwerp. And after that, in the nightcap for the championship, Hicksville will take on the Edgerton Bulldogs. Ought to be a couple more great 7th grade basketball games. Looking forward to it. With that, we're going to wrap things up. Again, I want to say a big thank you to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, our basketball broadcast underwriters, making our coverage possible tonight here from the Red Zone. And with that, well, we're going to wrap it up. We'll look forward to being back here on Thursday night. Final scores from the opening night of the 7th grade tournament. In Game 1, it was Edgerton beating Antwerp 39-34. And in Game 2, it's the Aces knocking off the Raiders 39-32. So for Ben Vandenbos running the camera tonight, I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing you good night and good sports.